Hey guys, I'm here with Andrea Cubeddu, that is a musician and songwriter from Italy. And Andrea, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I'm pretty sure that the interview will be really amazing. So, can we start?
Sure.
So, the first question is, when and how did you discover that music was your biggest passion?
Okay. So I started playing guitar when I was 13 years old. And then I continued until high school. I love to play music a lot, but I didn't knew that was will be my way of living. Okay. And at the beginning it was just a passion, nothing more. And then I don't know the right moment. I started working with music. Like when I moved to Milan from Sardinia, I started playing on the street a lot, then in clubs and festivals. And I discovered that my music could reach people, could be a good way of communicate my ideas, my feelings. And that's all. Was really easy, like for a lawyer to make his job, to like when you start studying law, you love to, like, you start with an idea of protecting people from the evil part of society, or maybe, I don't know, make a lot of money, and then you start studying, and you realize if that is or not your field, your passion. And that's the same for me. I think I can see myself just being the man that I am right now, playing music and my songs all around Italy. Yeah.
Great. It's interesting because I was talking with a Korean actor last
Mm-hmm.
weekend, and he was like, "Oh, I don't like the traditional ones, the traditional professions, and I wanted to
Okay.
be creative, etc." And it was a little bit like this with me because I would be an engineer, and it was my family dream, like my friend's dream, and I was like, no, I decided to work with advertising and design, etc. And not my family but my friend was like, what, you study a lot and you're gonna work with art and that stuff. So I really love to talk to artists because of this, because we have to value more. And I think
Mm-hmm.
people has a little bit of prejudice when it comes to art. And sometimes people tell me, well, but you write as a hobby. No, no, it's not a hobby. It can be a profession too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing to hear you, all of you artists, because I mean, art is everything that we have. So that's it.
Yeah, sure.
and the second one is there a musician in particular, like from your country or
Mm-hmm.
another country, that
Okay.
inspires the creative process of your compositions, of your songs?
I listen a lot of music from other countries and also Italian music. There are a lot of really good songwriters in Italy, like in France and other countries. The one that I loved was Fabrizio D'Andrea. Um he was really good, and I discovered him because my mother didn't knew lullabies when I was a child, and then she sang to me his songs, and it talks a lot of prostitutes, of the of poor people, in a modern way. You can see it talks about the worst part of the society, the part that nobody cares. But in the way he used to talk, you can feel all the feelings that like a prostitute can have doing his job, or maybe a poor guy, a soldier. He was really good artist, very good and famous in Italy. And there are a lot of others, but uh, yeah. I use them like inspiration, but I also read a lot of poems, poetries. Here in Italy, we are really good writing. A lot of people had the possibility during all the history to make art his job. So there is a lot of things that we study. So music is just a part of my job. I compose music for the lyrics that I write. But the best part for me is writing lyrics. So there are a lot of poets during the history, like uh, from Dante Alighieri to Leopardi to so many artists, and I took a lot from them. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna suggest you some Brazilian ones to listen because,
Okay.
oh my God, Caetano Veloso is amazing, and Chico Buarque. Oh my God, there are a list of the good ones that are classical here, and I love them so much because it's pure art and poem, and I use it to write poems too. And I was like, oh my God, I imagine writing a song that must be very difficult to put all your emotions and you feel the beat of the song. So I admire this so much. And so listen to them because they are really amazing. And I'm gonna listen to some Italian singers too.
Thank you.
So the next one is, do you think that Italian songs are popular around the world? And what's the difference between them and the songs of the other countries?
Okay, so I think the music right now, like a lot of other kinds of art, are really commercial. So you can hear Italian music that is the same of the French one, the English one, the American one. We copy a lot to have the perfect product to be sold. Okay, so there are famous artists are outside Italy from the last century, like Lara Pausini, Eros Ramazzotti, but they became really famous during the past because they translated their song in Spanish, in Portuguese, in French, in other languages. So they were capable to make really big tours around Europe. Uh, but it's hard to find traditional Italian music because you have to listen to the folk Italian music. So that part of music is hard to find. You can find it during the holidays in Italy. During like we got a lot of Christian holidays, and so music for different kind of ceremonies. Popular music, a lot of popular music, but it's hard to listen that kind of music outside Italy. There are other countries like Portugal that made they use their typical music, the fado, I think, and they make that kind of music a movement. And so also young people started to play in fado, and it's international. But in Italy, it's really hard to make a process like that. We are a lot of country in one country because of the invasion of different kind of people. So it's really hard to find Italian music outside. Really hard. You can see this point because if you see an Italian movie, you could see an American Italian movie. You can see like a city like Firenze, Florence, and you can also listen to the music of Naples in Florence, and maybe see a guy with a gondola from Venice, because all the people think that Italy is a lot of stereotypes in just one place, but we got really a lot of culture. So a lot of inputs. Like in my region in Sardinia, we used to sing similar to the Spanish guy, because the Spanish culture, because we were invaded for a lot of times by a lot of different Spanish population. So we sing in a language similar to Spanish. But if you go to like Rome, there is a lot of Christian culture, a lot of Latin. Italy is also famous for the opera. We got a lot of type of music, but right now that type of music are not commercial. So you can, if you decide to listen something Italian, you will see trap, rap, or maybe indie music that is similar to other countries, but in Italian. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same in Brazil. Brazil is really big, and we have a lot of types of people or person here. And I'm like, oh my God, how to export these songs that are really different from around the world. We have Brazilian funk that is from Rio, that's where I live. And we have the popular music that is more Caetano Veloso vibes, as I told you. That is more your vibe, I think. It's like it's very similar. I compare you. You're the Caetano Veloso from Italy, okay? So yeah, and I love them. And we have rap, we have trap, and etc. We have a genre that is sertanejo that is very popular around the world. But it's really difficult. Many people think that, for example, we only have Caetano Veloso here, or only Brazilian funk. So I think it's very similar. There are many stereotypes of people here in Brazil. Only Rio, Brazil is only Rio de Janeiro. And oh my God, no, definitely not. So I think they are really similar in this point. And it's difficult to disseminate around the world because of this.
Yeah, I think that is not so easy, really difficult to export our type of music because it's made for us certain reasons. So like we used to sing in Sardinia that kind of songs during those particular holidays or those celebrations. So I can export this celebration maybe for an export of an expo like we did in Milan. But it's hard to, it's like food, no? You can enjoy Brazilian food, living the Brazilian way of living. So if I decide to make a trip to Brazil, I can taste a lot of food, but if I open a Brazilian restaurant in Italy, I can just serve a stereotype of food that Italian people will like. No, there are a lot of TV shows in Italy that go to the north of America, to the States, to judge the Italian food in America. But it's you cannot taste the Italian way outside because we got that kind of products in Italy. So I think that's the best part of the world. You have to visit and live with the people. We can try to export and make other people taste the way of living, but it's not so easy. It's better to travel a lot and enjoy the culture in the place that the culture is born. That's the best way.
That's it. I think it's the same. And I have an addition. Portuguese is not the language, the most beautiful language. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's kind of difficult to understand. People don't know how to learn this because it's really difficult, and people think that we speak like the same of Portuguese from Portugal, but it's more difficult. It's totally different, and there is the accent, so it's really difficult. This. So let's go and tell me a little bit about the process of composing. Where do you find inspiration, and what your songs talk about? What do you put in your songs?
Okay, so I use a lot of, I always talk about me in all the songs, and I use two different methods. In the first one, I talk about I don't know in English, like the moment that I'm living right now. So in the modern age now in my city, so and I talk about my feelings in a easier way. And but I love also, it's typical of poetry to use metaphors, and always use the Greek myth, because I think that Greek culture was really capable to understand the human feelings and go really inside, even if psychology wasn't still discovered. They were, I think, the best population. Maybe there were others far from my country, like the Chinese one, but I refer to my type of culture. We are inside the Mediterranean Sea, so that was the population that thought that was really capable to identify all the human emotion in gods, and created really tragic stories about how we can live our lives and be right or wrong with ourselves. And I think, like I told you, that music part is the easy one, because I don't like to think a lot about music. I just want to, I just play guitar for a long time and try to use the phrase that I think that are the best for that song. And I spend more time writing the lyrics, because I have to think a lot, using the rhyme, finding the right words. I think that in your language is the same. We got a lot of words to say just one thing, so I can decide. I have to choose the right word, because people can understand really specifically what I'm thinking of, and that's, I think, the best part. Okay, of writing in my language,
Oh my
more than in
God.
English, easier, or maybe the English we learn is really easier, but the Italian language is so ancient. We got a lot of words, and we have so many dialects, so we can also use different words from different dialects and have other more colors. It's like an infinite table of colors. Okay.
Interesting. I totally understand, and I love to make a comparison when I interview other musicians. And there was a French rapper that told me, "Oh my God, I put all of my feelings, that's me, on my lyrics. And when I'm sad, I talk about bad at love. And right now I'm in a relationship and now I'm happy, so my lyrics are happy too." And I think it's really interesting how you can express yourself. And sometimes it's difficult to the others to understand you. I used it to write some things and people thought that I was depressed. Oh my God, you're trying to die. No, I was just being creative, I'm sorry for the airplane. I was just being creative. So sometimes you can put your own personality on this, or you can create a character, which is really interesting too. So, oh my God, we are finishing so fast. The last one is, so give an advice to people that want to be a musician or a songwriter.
I think that if you know that you got a dream, or maybe it's more than a dream, because you feel it inside, so you can do all the things that you can to make yourself happy with your passion. That no, it's not the same that to make your dreams come true, because in the music field, you can sell yourself to be famous, to reach the highest peak of the pyramid of but you can find your way of doing your music, your lyrics, your art, and you are doing it for yourself, not just for the others, not just to gain money. You're doing it to express yourself and to communicate yourself to others. That's all. So there are a lot of ways It's not difficult, even if it's a different kind of job. Yeah, and so it's new, but we also live different jobs right now with the pandemic situation, like working with a smart work. So there are a lot of ways to live this life, and it's not difficult to have a dream and make it true. And in the same time, the worst part is be true with yourself. With this, yeah, that's so. For a songwriter, the best is write a lot, sing a lot, work a lot, work in the streets, work in clubs, talk with people, express himself, yourself in the best way. That's the only advice.
Nice. So to finish, do you want to share some project, share your work, tell people to listen to your songs?
Okay, sure. I am using all the sites, like Spotify, like YouTube. So writing my names, you can all the people can find my work, and I made two Italian albums. The first one is called Nostos. In Greek language means come back, go back home. And the second one is more difficult, is eudaimonia, or eudaimonia in the Greek language, and it means the way you find happiness in himself.
Oh my God.
And so right now I try to play more than I can, play a lot in clubs and spread my music the best way I can. That's all I want, to reach more people that I can with my music. So, and it's just an invitation to enjoy it, to maybe listen to the lyrics. It's hard because my language is different, but I'm on the social network, so it's easy to write me and ask me how does it mean those words, and I will be, I would like to translate, or
oh my God.
That's it.
Oh, how cute. And that's it. Anyway, I'm gonna put your social media there and your songs, and people will enjoy a lot. So Andrea, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really happy. You're so lovely, and you deserve all the success in your career. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.